So as you all know by now, Elden Ring's DLC is massive, and is one of, if not the best expansion of all time. However, that doesn't mean it's flawless. And today, I'm gonna cover my personal issues with the DLC. You may not agree with me, and that's fine. But if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if you're new here and want me to keep posting banger content like this, drop a sub to support my crippling addiction to Elden Ring. You were probably expecting me to complain about the difficulty of the DLC, weren't you? Well, you're partially right. All I gotta say is please, for the love of God, remove Miquella's hair. Other than that, the difficulty is pretty much fine. Now, don't get me wrong, the weapon types are incredible. They're super fun and I love running them in builds. However, it feels like a kick in the nuts with how little of each weapon type there actually is. Each new weapon type has an average of 2 to 3 weapons, making it feel a little disappointing. But at least they made the already existing weapon type weapons have super cool Ashes of War, like the Meteoric Greatsword. Like, did FromSoft actually think 3 backhand blades is enough for us? Now, this is a pretty minor issue, and I won't cover it as much, as it's already been covered a lot already, but it is still disappointing nonetheless. The main areas I refer to when I say this is both the Finger Ruins, the area beyond Gaius, the Abyssal Woods, Cerulean Coast. Like, when I first entered the Finger Ruin, I was very disappointed after exploring literally everything, hoping for something. I had figured I needed to come back later, and there'd be a boss or something, but it is literally step 1 of a quest. But it does give you a good talisman, at least. But Cerulean Coast just had so much lost potential. I remember in the DLC trailer, they showed that, like, the backhanded woman, in the field, that was really cool. But when, we got to the Cerulean Coast, it was pretty empty. There's not many enemies, and when there are enemies, it's usually just the copy-pasted enemies. This might be a hot take, but a good portion of the enemies in the DLC are downright just unfun to fight, or feel a little unfair at times. That, or you just run past them entirely. Like, no one here can say they unironically like the new Deathbird enemy type. They're genuinely a massive pain. They're only really bearable if you have a ton of poise, but a lot of people won't, and it is just a terrible enemy all around. I do like that they at least spiced up the dungeon type enemies, like the imps, how they gave them different movesets, one of them is literally a cannon. But other than that, I'm not really a fan of many of the enemies. Like, a lot of them are pretty forgettable. Except the Horned Warriors are really cool, but god, they're an entire mini-boss. Now, I want to start this section by saying I don't really mind the reusing. It's just a bit disappointing at times. And I had hoped they wouldn't bring a lot of that into the DLC, because oh my god, the disappointment on my face when the sea monster in the church district was just a stupid ass tree spirit. Like, just why? There's absolutely no reason to have 4 ulcerated tree spirits in the DLC. The falling star beast just feels lazy, and I don't believe it has any lore implications, but I might be wrong. I'll give a pass to the boatman though, that was funny as hell, especially how he summons a literal revenant. But there is no excuse for the demi-human queen clone. I was extremely sad to find out that that is how you get the cool flashy katana. I figured it was from the dude who's wielding the katana, but no, it's just from some random demi-human queen. Like, what the hell, FromSoft? Though, don't let this distract you from the fact that the DLC is peak. I have complaints about every FromSoft game, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on this DLC. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the DLC in the comments, but beyond that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and drop a like if you made it this far.